We continue from the previous episode as Shingchu stood firmly in front of Jiang Cheng. Meanwhile, Jiang Cheng rejoiced inwardly. After all this time, finally, I've met someone with a brain truly worthy of being called a true immortal. Gu Changge stretched out his hands, speaking with a cold smile. Senior, although you've escaped, your strength hasn't fully recovered yet. Do you really intend to become an enemy of my Gu family for the sake of this brat? Shingchu's eyes narrowed in surprise. Gu family? Are you from the immortal Gu family? At that, Jiang Cheng froze, his body trembling as sweat ran down his face. Don't tell me. Even a true immortal fears the Gu family? But Shingchu's expression softened into calm reassurance. Rest assured, little friend. No matter if he's from the Gu family or the Guang family, right now he's nothing more than a mere quasi-emperor. Since this old man has already said I'll ensure your safety, I won't go back on my word. Relief flooded Jiang Cheng as he bowed. Thank you so much, Senior. Gu Changge scoffed harshly. So, you really wouldn't drink a toast, but insist on drinking a forfeit. But well, I was just teasing you anyway. Forget it. I never intended to let any of you go in the first place. Suddenly, a streak of blue light flashed across the sky, and a loud, mocking laugh echoed as a figure flew in. Jiang Cheng's face darkened in shock as he cried out, "Feathered Taoist sage, how did you?" Even Shingchu's eyes widened in surprise. Ancient feathered immortal. The feathered immortal slowly descended, landing near Gu Changge. Gu Changge looked at him casually, as though he had long expected his arrival. Did you kill them all? The feathered immortal shook his head, his tone regretful. Some scattered and fled. As an old Taoist with only a remnant soul, I couldn't catch them all. He added with a smirk, but I still managed to kill most of them. So, I'd say I fulfilled the task you entrusted to me. The feathered immortal smiled slightly and asked, Boy, about the thing you promised me. Gu Changge nodded reassuringly. You can rest assured, I'll keep my word. Once we leave Kuan Mountain, you will not only regain your freedom, but also receive a new identity. Jiang Cheng's eyes widened in shock. So back then, you deliberately sent me that message? It was all under Gu Chang's arrangement. His face twisted in anger as he pointed at them. You swore on your Tao heart that you would keep your word. Aren't you afraid of incurring the wrath of the heavenly Tao? Of having your path severed? The feathered immortal chuckled, pointing mockingly at Jiang Cheng. He actually believes in an oath sworn upon the Tao heart. Someone like him, worthy of being your opponent. Jiang Cheng's teeth clenched in fury. Meanwhile, Shingchu calmly raised a finger, spiritual energy gathering at its tip. His voice cut coldly through the air. How dare a mere spirit born from a corpse be this bold and arrogant? In the next instant, time seemed to freeze. A streak of light shot out, slicing the feathered immortal cleanly in two. Behind the altar, the towering mountain split apart in a single blink. Jiang Cheng's face lit up with excitement as he marveled. From within him, the spirit celestial abode of creation spoke. It seems that within this Kuan mountain, the influence of the heavenly laws isn't as strong. Even a weakened immortal can destroy heaven and earth with a mere flick of the finger. But then, shockingly, both Gu Changge and the feathered immortal stood there, completely unharmed. Gu Chang's eyes hardened as he ordered, Get him away. The feathered immortal smiled faintly. All right. With a flash of light, he rushed forward, laughter echoing as he unleashed his techniques. I don't think you're much better. You look fierce, but I know you're all talk and no action. He struck Shingchu hard in the chest, his voice ringing out. Let's go, old man. Let's go have some fun on the other side. Jiang Cheng was stunned as he shouted, Senior G. Gu Changge only smiled faintly, his gaze calm as he said, So this is the one backing you? Turns out, he's unreliable after all. In desperation, Jiang Cheng released a surge of demonic aura, his voice trembling yet defiant. Don't come any closer. I've cultivated demonic arts. But in the next instant, his aura was sucked away by an unseen force. His eyes widened in shock, sweat dripping down his back. What? You are. Gu Changge casually pulled out a puppet. At once, the puppet began devouring Jiang Cheng's spiritual energy. Placing his hand on the puppet's shoulder, Gu Changge spoke with a mocking tone. Oh, he's my puppet. You should feel familiar, shouldn't you? The puppet raised its hand and slowly removed its mask. A wicked smile appeared. It was Jiang Cheng's former master. The spirit celestial abode of creation trembled in disbelief. How could it be him? Jiang Cheng's entire body shook as his eyes widened in despair. His lips quivered as he murmured, "Senior?" Blood sprayed from his mouth as his Dao heart wavered violently. His thoughts raced in horror. Could it be? I've been living under Gu Chang's schemes all this time. Lowering his gaze, his voice broke as he whispered with bitter despair. So it turns out, you're the most well-hidden successor of the demonic arts. That maid of yours was only a cover for your true identity. Gu Chang's eyes flickered coldly as he looked toward a corner of the void. His tone was sharp, commanding. After watching the show for so long, when will you finally show yourself? If you don't, I'll kill him. Then you'll never have the celestial abode of creation. A sigh echoed softly as a figure stepped out from the void. The spirit celestial abode of creation trembled with emotion. Master Ruoyin. Jiang Cheng's eyes widened, staring at this familiar yet strangely distant figure. The celestial abode of creation exclaimed with excitement. Master. Xiao Ruoyin lowered her gaze, her voice calm, yet heavy. So, I was still caught by you. Gu Changge stepped forward, his tone cold. Ruoyin, you've truly disappointed me. But should I call you Ruoyin, or the High Priestess of Destiny? You've never been honest with me. Do you still remember what you once said to me when you served at night? Her eyes flickered faintly as she recalled his words. Are you still hiding something from me, Ruoyin? She forced her tone steady. I have nothing to hide. Jiang Cheng's eyes nearly bulged as he clenched his teeth, rage boiling inside. How could he treat my white moonlight like this? The celestial abode of creation quickly urged, Jiang Cheng, calm yourself. Ruoyin sensed his intention, memories flashing from that night. For a brief moment, confusion clouded her face, but it faded just as quickly, replaced with calm determination. My identity has changed since then. Naturally, the words I speak now are different as well. Young Master Chang, why must you be so aggressive? Gu Changge kept walking toward her, his tone sharp. What do you mean by that? Are you trying to stand in my way now? Ruoyin stood calmly before him, her voice firm. Jiang Cheng was created from the celestial abode of creation. If you kill him, the artifact will be destroyed. So, before she could finish, Gu Chang's hand clamped tightly around her neck. His voice dripped with menace. Do you think you can stop me? His grip tightened as he growled. I'll give you two choices. First, hand over the secret to refining the celestial abode of creation, and I'll let you live. Everything from before will be forgiven. Second, his fingers pressed harder against her throat. I'll kill you here and now, and then I'll find another way to refine the artifact from his body. Jiang Cheng struggled forward, his voice hoarse with desperation. Ruoyin, you don't have to do this for me. But without a trace of hesitation, Xiao Ruoyin said firmly, then I can only choose one. Her words left Jiang Cheng in despair. The celestial abode of creation trembled, its voice filled with sorrow. Master, how could you? Jiang Cheng's Dao heart shattered further, tears welling in his eyes as he asked in despair. Ruoyin, do you really have no feelings for me at all? Gu Changge stretched out his hand, smiling coldly. It seems I was right about you. A smart person knows how to assess the situation and seize the opportunity. Ruoyin then handed him the refinement method, her voice flat. Everything isn't there. Jiang Cheng pointed at her angrily, his voice trembling. Ruoyin, are you really going to help Gu Changge finish me? You've truly disappointed me. She glanced at him briefly and sighed, her thoughts heavy. Even now, after everything, you're still so full of yourself. Gu Changge walked past her without a word. Jiang Cheng shouted, his voice hoarse with fury. Gu Changge, all you ever do is bully weaklings like us. What kind of skill is that? If you've got guts, wait until Senior G is free. He collapsed to the ground, still pointing at Gu Changge, trying to block his path. Gu Changge ignored him, his gaze shifting to the battle raging above. A faint smile tugged at his lips. Quite a lively fight. He then pulled out a Dao treasure vase, his tone cold. Anyway, refining you won't be that quick. So, I'll deal with them first. High above, the feathered immortal and Shingchu separated briefly, landing on a floating coffin. The feathered immortal held a treasure in his hand, his tone mocking. Old geezer, even at the end of your strength, you can still fight this fiercely. I didn't expect that. Shingchu scoffed coldly. You can't defeat me alone. So you plan to attack together, is that it? The feathered immortal glanced sideways as Gu Chang's shadow emerged. A smile curled on his lips. Boy, you came at just the right time. Help me take him down. Once I seize his body, my strength will almost completely return. Gu Chang grinned wickedly. All right. In an instant, he appeared behind the feathered immortal, Dao treasure vase glowing at his back. The feathered immortal's face twisted in shock as he roared. Gu Chang, what are you doing? Gu Chang's eyes turned icy, his voice cutting like a blade. You actually believe my promise? How naive. The Dao treasure vase erupted with terrifying suction. The feathered immortal screamed, his body dragged helplessly. Boy, how dare you scheme against me? He struggled desperately, trying to break free, wings of light flaring. But in the end, he was swallowed whole by the vase. Shingchu's eyes narrowed in disbelief. Could that be the grand vase of the Tao? Gu Chang sneered, his tone filled with mockery. Oh, as expected of the human ancestor, Senior Shingchu, you actually recognize this item. He raised his hand slowly, the vase humming with power. So, will you come in on your own? Or must I drag you? Shingchu's face darkened, fury surging in his eyes. Young Gu, you only succeeded because you caught that old fool off guard. But me? I already made preparations. Trying to capture me. What a fool's dream. Gu Chang smirked, lifting his palm. Treasures instantly rose into the air, circling above his head like stars. The immortal slaying gourd. The 9 mountains. The immortal seal. The supreme diagram. The grand vase of the Tao. The 8 desolations demon halberd. The aura of each shook the heavens. Gu Chang's voice was calm, yet thunderous. Then I'll go ahead and take you down head on. Sparkles, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you won't miss the next update. See you next time.